All right, real talk. Are your kids getting crushed by Common Core math? Yeah. It's confusing, it's rigid, and let's be honest, it's no fun. But what if I told you there was a better ways to teach math? Ways that actually make your kid enjoy it. Yep, you heard me. Enjoy math. Today, we're breaking down some alternatives to Common Core, stuff that actually works. We're talking about techniques from the brilliant Po-Shen Loh, some mind-blowing ideas from Paul Lockhart, plus classical tools like the abacus and even futuristic AI tutors. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this. Here's the deal. My daughter was good at math, but when we started with Common Core method, things got confusing. It wasn't just her. I had trouble with it too. The way that I learned math was completely different, and Common Core just felt unintuitive. My biggest fear wasn't that she couldn't handle it, it was that I wouldn't be able to teach her well enough. Like any concerned parent, I went searching for the best ways to make sure she succeed. And boy, did I find it. I came across teaching methods from Po-Shen Loh. Yes, the coach behind the Math Olympiad US team. Ideas from Paul Lockhart, who thinks math should be treated like art, and some wild new tech that's using AI to tutor kids in ways we couldn't imagine back in the day. So here's what's on today's math menu. Po-Shen Loh's problem-solving magic, Paul Lockhart's take on math as an art. Yeah, math can be artistic. The tactile wonders of the abacus, Montessori's playful math method, the gold standard that is Singapore math, and lastly, Synthesis AI tutor that's created within the private school in space. Let's kick things off with Po-Shen Loh. The guy coaches the US Math Olympiad Team, so he knows a thing or two. His whole philosophy, give kids interesting problems and let them figure it out on their own. No quick answers, no spoon feeding. I'm talking about daily math challenges, the kind of math that actually makes you think. No more memorizing random formulas. Instead, they're solving real problems, building problem solving muscles. And trust me, you don't need to be a math whiz to help your kid with this. Just give them space to explore. Here's a quote from him. You need to give people the chance to, on their own, invent without that kid in front row answering every question in 2 seconds. I think that's the cool. Here's the clip uh, for you to check them out yourself.
Chained deeper. And because of the way that we usually learn, when you have deep chains, it's very fragile because you can lose any one link. Meaning, if you miss a few concepts along the chain, you can actually be completely lost. If, for example, you're sick for a week, or if your mind is somewhere else for a week, you might make a hole in your prerequisites. And the way that education often works, where it's almost like riding a train from a beginning to an end, well, it's such that if you have a hole somewhere in your track, the train is not going to pass that hole. Now, I think that the way to help to address this is to provide a way for everyone to learn at their own pace and in fact to fill in the holes whenever they are sensed. And I actually feel like if everyone was able to pick up every one of those prerequisites as necessary, filling in any gap they have, mathematics would change from being the hardest subject to the easiest.
Then there's Paul Lockhart. This guy, he thinks math should be more like an art class than boot camp. No, really. He says math shouldn't be about following rules, but about creativity and exploration. He calls out the current math curriculum for what it is: boring, rigid, and basically designed to make kids hate math. He believes we shouldn't be treating math like we treat painting. Um, he believes we should be treating math like we treat painting or music, something kids can play with, experiment with, and enjoy. one of his quotes. We're flipping that around. Let's make math something your kid does, something they actually get to create with. How? Simple. Start mixing math into everyday life. Build stuff, design stuff, let them play with numbers. Here's a quote. No thanks, we're flipping that around. Let's make math something your kid does, something they actually get to create with. How? Simple. Start mixing math into everyday life. Build stuff, design stuff, let them play with numbers. Next up, one of my favorite old school tools, the abacus. This little gem gives kids something to touch, move, and count, making math real instead of abstract. And guess what? It's not just a toy. This thing helps kids visualize numbers and get comfortable with mental math. It's like strength training for your brain. You're not just teaching them math, you're helping them feel it. Once they get a hang of it, they're doing mental math faster than you can say, carry the one. Here's a little clip that shows you how the abacus mental math finger math works.
This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So your right hand, this 4 represent lower bits. Your thumb, it's the upper bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. So your left hand is 10th place. This is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So both hands, you can do up to 99.
Now, Singapore math. You might have heard about how Singapore always tops the global rankings in math. It's not a coincidence. Singapore math is designed to build deep understanding of concepts, not just surface level memorization. Their method is accessible, and if you want to give your kid a rock solid foundation in math, then I would check out their learning materials, textbooks, worksheets, etc. Ever heard of Montessori? This approach is all about hands-on learning. Instead of forcing your kids to sit still and copy numbers off a board, Montessori lets them play with things like number rods and bead frames. They learn math by doing, not by staring at a worksheet. Check out this clip to give you a better idea.
All right, here we have the golden bead system, and like I said, this is great for teaching students about the base 10 system. And you can see actually quite a bit comes with this kit. So over here on the left, we have our thousands beads. So there's 9 of them, and they have a big tray to kind of go in. We have a bunch of hundreds beads with another little tray for them to go in. We have tens, of course. And we have our ones in this little cup. So 37 plus 25. You can see that I matched up the colors correctly with my markers just to really help your students identify these values. Now, the way it's going to work is very similar to what we would do with our base 10 blocks. Students are going to build this number first. So 37, they'll go ahead and get 7 units here. And of course, we need 3 tens. So they're going to build that first number in entirety before going on to the next number. Now, sometimes I will see teachers will put some sort of marker or pencil or some sort of divider before they go on to build that next number, just to show them the 2 different quantities that we are building. So next we need to build 25. All right, so we have 37 plus 25, and we can remove this little divider to let us see. Again, we have the little space here to show the 2 different quantities. I do like to have my students just double check it. That's why I like to have this marker here. Okay, does this really represent 37? Does this really represent 25? Lift this up, let's start adding. We know we need to start in our ones place, and just like with base 10 blocks, we know that we can't have any 10s over here. We can only have up to 9 here. Once we get to 10, we need to move over. So we push these together, and let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we've got 10. Need to collect them all, put them back here, and what do we got? A 10. So we have 2 in the ones place. Before we move on, we're gonna put this here to show that we added a 2, and we actually carried 1 10 over here. We regrouped and we got another 10 that we added to the bottom. Now we're gonna push this up and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 10s. We didn't need to regroup anything. So our answer is 62.
Now for the cool futuristic part, Synthesis AI Tutor. This isn't your run-of-the-mill math app. It's built on DARPA research, the same folks who gave us the internet, no big deal, and it's designed to mimic one-on-one tutoring. Here's the kicker. It works. In a study, students using the tutor crushed it. They even outperform experienced Navy technicians. Yeah, Navy technicians. And unlike human tutors, this AI doesn't get tired or frustrated. It's always ready to help your kid tackle tough math problems. If your kid's between 6 to 10, you want to give them the benefits of a world-class tutor without breaking the bank, Synthesis AI is a solid option. It's like having an on-demand math tutor that adjusts to your child's pace. Check out this video clip of a kid learning fractions.
Let's work through this fraction together. Do you want to try labeling the purple part on your own? That's not quite it.
What?
But this is what learning is all about. This is a very common misunderstanding about what the bottom number of a fraction means. So let's work through this fraction together. How many purple parts are we working with?
1.
Right, you are. How many purple parts would we need to make the whole square? Let's visualize it. Ready? There's 1 purple part, 2 purple parts, 3 purple parts, 4 purple parts. So how many purple parts did we need to make the whole square?
It's 1/4.
Yes. Why don't you go ahead and label the red part with its fraction as well? Well done.
So how do you bring this all into So how do you bring all this into your home? Here are a few easy steps to get started. 1. Daily math challenges. Like Po-Shen Loh suggests, give your kid one interesting problem a day to work on. 2. Get creative. Follow Lockhart's lead. Mix math into creative activities. Draw, build, design. 3. Try a Synthesis AI tutor. If you're ready to level up, check out the Synthesis platform. It's a game changer. Now, I've got to ask, what do you think? Have you tried any of these methods? Which one would you see you'd use with your kid? Drop a comment below and let me know. Now, I've got to ask, what do you think? Have you tried any of these methods? Which one would you use with your kid? Drop a comment below and let me know. If this video helped you out, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe for more tips on making learning awesome. And don't forget to check out the other videos on how to make math and learning in general way more fun for your kids. All right, today we walked through the 6 amazing alternatives to Common Core, from Po-Shen Loh's independent problem-solving magic to Synthesia's AI next-level tutoring. These methods are all about helping your child actually enjoy math. Remember, math isn't just about numbers. Remember, math isn't just about numbers. It's about exploration, discovery, and having fun with it. So go ahead and make your kids the chance. So go ahead, give your kids a chance to love math. All right. Today, we walked through 6 amazing alternatives to Common Core. From Po-Shen Loh's independent problem-solving magic to Synthesis AI's next-level tutoring, these methods are all about helping your child actually enjoy math. Remember, math isn't just about numbers. It's about exploration, discovery, and having fun with it. So go ahead, give your kids the chance to love math.